going to do a few exercises to strengthen the knees. The first one is called heel lifts. It's actually very good for your feet, your ankles, your toes, but it also strengthens the muscles at the back of the lower leg, your calf muscles, which do wrap around the knee. They come across the back of the knee, so that is building up some strength in the knees. And it's quite simply turning your feet straight ahead. Find a surface that you can lightly touch and slowly lift up onto the balls of the feet. You're lifting straight across the ball of the feet. You're not turning the feet out or in, so take care of that. And then slowly lower the heels down to the floor. Keep the balls of the feet down, but lift and spread the toes. And repeat that about 10 times. You lift up real slow. Check it out. Make sure that you're not wandering to the little toe side or just the big toe side. And slowly lower the heels. Lift and spread the toes with the balls of the feet down. So do about 10 of those, after which doing the 2 stretches that we talked about in the last video. And this one is a nice way to release and stretch from the work you just did. The next thing I want to show you is called knee pumps. And knee pumps are simply bending the knees straight over the second toe and straightening without locking. So your knees are bent more and then bent less. And this action will help build up strength above and below the knee. So be sure you're not passing anywhere other than the second toe. You don't want to be going in, you don't want to be going out. You want to go straight forward and not past where you can see your toes. So I'm not going here. I can't see my feet anymore. It's a small bend and a small straighten. Keep your head over your spine. Keep your abdominals engaged. So this is a great thing to do when you're standing in a line, you're just waiting around. Just do a few knee pumps, up and back, and you'll strengthen your legs. The next one I want to show you is called knee extensions. So again, I like to do this seated on something where my legs dangle. Move back just a little. So sitting up, engage the core, hold on, lean a little bit forward, and just take one leg up to straight, not locked out. I mean, I could go further to lock it out, so I'm staying away from that, and then slowly lower. So the action is to straighten the leg and lower. And be sure that you're not hurting your low back, so the abdominals are engaged. Be sure you're moving slowly. So after 5 to 10 of these, when you know you're done when you feel like you can't do anymore. And then do some with the knee turned out a little bit. Make sure you're not causing any pain. The knee is turned out. They're a little harder to do, but you're working other quadricep muscles. And the same thing with the knees turned slightly inward. Now you're working some of the outer quad. And they're all working. Nothing works all by itself. And then lower. And then do the other side, lifting, lowering very slowly. I'm starting to slump. I made sure that I recorrected, once again, my posture. So be sure the abdominals are in. You're leaning slightly forward. And the action is slow. And you do it until you're really tired and you can't do anymore. And then for the sake of time, I'll just move on. So you'll count nice and slow. You turn then the knee up and the inner arch of the foot is up. I'm moving too quickly. I've also started to slump. So these are things you just have to keep track of. And then turning the foot inward, lifting and lowering. The next one, the last one I'm going to show you for strengthening the front of the thigh is done seated in a chair. And this one is called semi-straight leg raises. So again, find a nice tall posture, engage the abdominals. One leg is bent at 90 degrees, the other one, bring the heel forward till you're standing on the heel. So I had to come closer to the edge of the chair to do that. And simply all you do here is lift the leg up straight and put it down. So I'm not locking it out. There's a small bend and lift the leg up and down. And slow as you can. You do only as many as you can until you feel you're very tired. Again, lift up, draw the abdominals in. And then do some with the foot turned out. You'll work the inner thigh. And some with the foot turned in. And you'll work the outer hip. So you might only be able to do 2 or 3 until you build up more strength. And then again, extend. You're resting on the heel. The abdominals are in. The spine is long. And it's a slow lift and a lower. So just with the leg turned, the knee pointing straight up to the ceiling is probably the easiest set that you'll do. So anywhere between 5 and 10, or until you're tired. It might be 3, it might be 15. And then turned out, you'll see that it's much harder, so maybe you do fewer. And then with the foot turned in. So these are the semi-straight leg raises. Okay, so that's it for your knee health exercises. So you did the stretch after the toe lifts, but there's one more stretch here for the front of the thigh, and I'll show it to you because you did just work your thighs. It's good to stretch them right after. So maybe with a strap, maybe without. You face the wall, touch the wall, lift your knee up, hold the ankle, and then take the knee underneath, holding the top of the foot, lift the chest up and draw the knee behind you, but keep it underneath your hip. So you don't want the knee out to the side. You want to make sure it's in line. So if you're using a strap, that's fine. Just bring the strap, lift the knee up, bring the strap around your foot, take the knee underneath you and behind you, and from the side it looks like this. Lift the chest. Standing knee has a little bend always, and then the knee goes up and back behind you. So that's a nice way to stretch the front of the thighs after you've worked them with your thigh exercises.